Okay.
Yeah, I
Um,
can see it.
can can we see my screen?
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Yep, it's
Okay.
good.
So a retro for the sake of those of us that probably do not have an understanding of what it is. A retrospective is in general a time to reflect on how far we have come, on our goals, what we should do better, what we could have done while going towards our goal, and what we can do better too. That is what a retrospective is about. And these were the key performance indicators review for the season, for season 5. The KPI one as the active member count. We increased from 13 to 24 in season 5, which um is a good amount of increment. KPI 2, we have skill level of PM Guild weighted by mint kudos.
Yeah, so on that KPI, that's one we didn't reach this season. So I think that's something we'll want to take into our reflections. And I think we had a lot of change at the education work stream lead level. So this was a tough one, but one we want to reflect on and then think about for next season.
Okay. So on KPI 1, is there anything we feel we liked, any other person, what we liked, what you think went well on KPI 1?
I think what we do is we'll pause. We'll just talk through the KPIs, and then we'll move on to a full section of I liked. But I definitely think it's important for us to. These are the KPIs we chose to measure at the beginning of the season, and now at the end of the season, we're reflecting on. It's a moment to reflect on what we had set out to achieve, what we thought we wanted to achieve, and then set up the retrospective on. We'll get into starting to putting some post-its up and thoughts around them, but I think continuing to work through the different KPIs for now would be great.
So on KPI 2, skill level of PM Guild was weighted by mint kudos, and then KPI 3, recommendation of PM Guild, we had 8.22 rating out of 10. Wow, that is high and that's excellent. KPI 4, vibes rating of 7.67 out of 10. That is excellent too. KPI 5, connecting PMs to projects, we had 50% rating, which means that was average. 1 out of 2 direct requests was successful, and 2 out of 4 bounty board PM cohort. So these are the review and results of the KPIs that were set for the season, and this is the amount we were able to hit by the end of the season. Overall, I would say we did well, but there can be more. So right now we are going to the section of reflect. Does anyone have anything to say on the KPI review?
I want to make sure I pronounce your name right. Is it Oluwasabi Jobami?
Oluwashiji she
Oluwashiji Bumi.
yes.
Yeah, first of all, I just want to say thanks for putting yourself out there and doing this retro today. And what I want to do is just take a moment to make sure everyone's familiar with Miro. So if you scroll your screen so we can see the intro part. So go to my left. Yeah. What I'd love to see everyone do is there's that sticky note icon because we're about to do an exercise where we're going to use some sticky notes. If everyone could click on that and put a sticky on the intro and just put down a word like, how are you feeling today? How are you feeling about the season? And honestly, if it's a phrase that you want to put down or a sentence, but I think it's a good exercise for everyone to just, how's everyone doing? And then get used to using Miro a little bit if you haven't. Does that make sense? Everyone feel comfortable does everyone have the link to the board to be able to get to it?
Unfortunately, I don't. This is PD2.
No,
All right.
so we don't have the link.
Yeah, so Oluwashimi Bome, we want to give everyone the link to the Miro board. If
I just shared it in the voice channel. We can access it from there.
All right, so let's give everyone a minute to get logged in, bring that board up. You may have to zoom around. I had a little bit of trouble finding it the first time I was looking at the screen. We'd love to just get a general feeling. Are people starting to find the board? You may have to zoom out, scroll towards the bottom. There's a board that says Project Management Guild Season 5 Retrospective. You're gonna see a whole bunch of boards on here, but we've got a nice brand new one for today.
Yep, I have it.
Great. So once you get there, on the left-hand side, you see that kind of sticky note with like a page turned up. Go ahead and click that. Pick a color that excites you, and put a sticky down on that intro area, and just put a word or a phrase or a sentence that talks about how you're feeling right now, just to get used to using sticky notes and just to see what the vibe check of the afternoon or morning for some of you is. Which is, yeah, with now through the screen share, we're starting to see some of those pop up, which is great. Is there anyone out there who isn't getting to the board or still struggling with how to find it or just navigating Miro in general? So it'll be important that everyone has the link and is able to contribute. We're going to do a lot of sticky note exercises that Oluwashimi Bome is going to lead us through.
Kel, I'm sorry. What are we supposed to be writing on the sticky note?
Oh, just a general word or statement about how you're feeling. What's the energy like? The quick vibes check. So I see some excited to reflect, excited to learn, peachy, stressed. And Oluwashimi, right now we're seeing a screen share of Discord and not the board. Yeah, there we go. All right, is there anyone that is needing a little bit of help or with Miro at all? Everyone's gotten here and is feeling comfortable with how to put a sticky note and contribute? Go ahead and shout it out if you need some help.
Well, my sticky note won't move.
Yeah,
I don't know what.
I actually need help too. I'm finding it difficult to.
And it's too big, but that's fine.
I just moved one over. I don't know if that was the one or not, Sprinkles.
It was, thank you. I think it opened it on the app for me, and I think like the app isn't. I think using it online is better than the app.
Got it. All right. Oluwashimi Bomai, I say let's go ahead and head into step one of reflect. So we've gotten everyone acclimated with how to use Miro. We've done a vibes check. We reviewed our KPIs for the season. So keeping those in mind, keeping those KPIs in mind, keeping how the season felt. I'm going to go ahead and hand it over back to you to facilitate through the next section. And you may be on mute if you're talking right now.
Sorry about that. So, sorry about that. Thank you very much, Jacob, for helping me out in that area. Keeping in mind the KPI review for the season, we are coming to the step one here, which is the reflect part. Um, in this area, we are to reflect on the season, the goals that were set, and what we have been able to achieve. What do you think we could have done better? What I like, what the I statement is what we are focusing on right now. I like, I wish, and I wonder. So this is the time for the team members to um talk on that part.
Yeah, so for this step, what we want to do is take 5 minutes, and I don't know, Lynx, I've seen you do it in the past, if we can actually use Miro to set a timer. But we want to take 5 minutes here, really reflect on what I liked from the season.
You can set a timer. In the top right, there is like a little thing for anyone who's signed in, who's logged in. You can set a timer. Do you want me to set a timer? Don't know
That
if
would
I
be
can.
that. Yeah, so that would be great. I'm looking for it, but I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, I'm having trouble finding it too.
So you want to put your sticky note right in that I like column, and right now for 5 minutes, we're just focusing on what you liked from the season.
So we're having 2 minutes more. Let's keep it clean. Let's keep it clean. We have a minute left, so let's keep it coming. Just a minute left. Yeah, time up. Time up. Time up. Sorry. Are we there? Okay. So we have a whole lot of I like, and I'm going to just few seconds read through some of them. Great engagement from some new members taking tax, analytics on vibe survey were awesome, and active membership growth. Yes, we grew from 13 to 24. These are awesome responses from the team. And right now we will be going to I wish. What are the things you think we should do better? We could have done better in this season. How we want every one of us to go to.
Well, Luashimi, Bome, let's spend a few more minutes here. I think, and first just open it up to see if anyone wants to talk about something that they put up there, anything that they want to reflect on. And then it'd be great if we could, maybe you and I can work on grouping some of these into themes while maybe some people speak on them. And if there's anything that you see that you're interested in some more information on, and you could read one out and kind of say, hey, could someone tell me more about this? What did you mean when you wrote this? If you're looking for a little bit more clarity. So let's just take a few minutes as a group to see if anyone wants to speak up and reflect.
Yeah. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I think that the growth of the guild is something that, I mean, I see it in multiple places. I think it's like really great that we have so many more people this season than last, and even though we don't necessarily have like a ton of onboarding materials, and we've definitely made some strides, but we don't necessarily have a way to plug in new users yet. So the fact that our guild has been growing, I think, just speaks to our vibes as well. So yeah, I think that that's really great about this group.
Yeah, I'll just, from the perspective of a brand new person, it's just a super welcoming place and a group of people. So the energy is really good, and I felt comfortable asking dumb questions and was able to. Yeah, I still think it'd be, there's a lot to learn, but I was able to get rolling without like huge impediments.
That's good, and I really attest to that because this will be my first time taking up something like this in the DAO. So PM Guild is the first guild giving me that platform to undo a retro session. So yes. Any other person has something to say?
I think what I really liked is we showed some resilience this season. We had unfortunately Swole had to step down. We didn't need to do a mid-season election. We had to build out some governance on the fly. So we really showed some resilience of working through change, and still I feel like we finished incredibly strong. And I really like that. Despite some change, we really we had a really nice season.
Any other person? I think we can take one more.
I would like also to add that I feel like new members have an opportunity to grab a task to fit in right away. Some other guilds sometimes it's hard for a new member to take any tasks. Thus, it's hard for them to just become part of the team. So that's I feel great about the PM Guild this season.
Okay. I think with that now we to the I wish can every one of us go in there and type what we wish what we were expecting and wish we should have done in the season and put it there for us to About a minute and few seconds more. Few seconds more. Okay, thank you everyone that have put in something on the board. And right now we'll be giving every one of us few minutes to say something on what we have put in here. Please, let's go ahead and say something.
Yeah, so I wish that we were able to like provide bounties. I don't want to say more freely, but like more openly, or at least had a clear definition of what we could offer for bounties. I personally like there's a chance that we could have gotten more material, more content, if we were able to like give an exact, remuneration for that,
Yeah,
for the tech.
I think that's a good point. I feel like one of the problems was that we kind of like we didn't have a lot of visibility into our budget, right? Hopefully the guild accountant will help, and also the budgeting that we did this season.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
So I also I wish that we had a little more of a defined like governance structure. That way, I know some things obviously have to be done on the fly, but if we had a little more of a defined process, it may not be that scramble all the time, which isn't always the best thing.
Yeah, Sprinkles, I'll second that. As much as I liked us being resilient, I wish it could have been more organized, and I think I would love to see a focus next season on governance around this, really tightening some of that up. And I'm just going to capture some of the themes I hear as you facilitate the discussion.
Anyone else? Anyone else has something to say on what we wish we had done better?
Well, so mine is not for how to improve, but rather, I would want a more intensive educational program. I know we are developing it, just like I'm a sort of desperate waiting for it. So I hope it can be ready soon.
Okay.
Could you say that piece again? I missed part of it. What is it that
Yeah,
you're waiting for and ready for?
So I'm really love to have the educational program for how teaching you how to be a PM in Web3.
Got it.
So just like I can't wait for this program to be launched.
Yeah, related to education, like I guess maybe not education as much as just like we used to do these kind of like roundtables where we'd have like a discussion topic about PM and then we'd have like like people weigh in. I don't know. I really like those. We didn't really do them a lot last season, so I wish we had more of those. Examples in the past was like, oh, here's a guild that's having trouble with engaging contributors. What can we do to help? Oh, here is a project which is having trouble with seasonal budgeting. How can we help? Yeah, it's just kind of interesting.
Okay. I don't know who wrote. I had a PM body. Can the person explain more? I'm finding it hard to understand what the person meant. Talking about this, I had a PM body. Okay. If the person is not talking, then can we, while Jikal is putting them in topics that keep coming up, can we go over to I Wonder? This is a session where you talk about the ideas you think will make PM Guild better in Season 6. Your unanswered questions and what you think we should do better next season. So let's go ahead and start putting I Wonders on this section. Let's go ahead and start doing that. Can we hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm having a technical error or a user error, one of the two. I can't get my I Wonder over into the I Wonder column.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
I'm sorry, can you hear me okay?
Yes,
Yeah,
I can hear you.
My I Wonder won't move over. When I go to move it, it moves the whole column. See?
Yeah, it's someone adjusted the size of this thing.
Thank you, Crypto Dad.
See, is it okay now?
Yes. Thank you. I knew it was me.
I wonder if we need a extra when extra the summary because I think that some of those posted is not covered under the 422 file. So for developing, so basically have more rituals for other group in the DAO, is that sort of business development or what?
We have few seconds more, so please let's keep it coming.
I didn't
Between
understand your
that-
question, Crypto Dad.
So I see there's a server posted talking about having more rituals or serve more in the DAO. I feel like the current 5 categories wouldn't cover those posted. So shall we have a new white title on the right side?
Oh, I see. Yeah, I mean, usually I would leave it to the facilitators to decide that, but I do think you've identified a potential theme. Although, since there's less stuff in there.
So,
Yeah,
So,
I agree. I agree, Crypto, that I just hadn't caught up yet, but I will add one right now for that.
okay, can we hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, now it's time for us to hear our thoughts on I Wonder session, though we don't have a lot of us that put in ideas here, but I think there are still some of us that want to say something. So it's time for us to say something on that and then think about it and take them into the next season.
I'm only seeing, are there more I Wonder stickies? I'm only seeing the ones that I put up there, and I don't know if they got hidden behind something.
I don't know too.
I see three yellow ones I put up there. I see one and a
Just
purplish
three.
one. Are there others somewhere?
I think that's the only thing we
Yeah.
had.
I didn't put any I Wonders up.
Okay. So I can talk to mine. I think the 3 I was really thinking externally around. Can we build out education materials that would actually attract external DAOs or external PMs, where to the point where, and again, I'm kind of encouraging the art of the possible here, or what if, could that be a revenue stream for our guild? Can we recruit more external talent? And then I'm really interested, like, do we have the thought, we want to create thought leadership sessions within the guild, but could we get to the point where we start to have more of an external presence, writing, whether it's Medium articles or Mirror articles that are produced regularly from the guild? So I'm really wondering on an external kind of forces level here.
So that's actually a very good idea. I think we can through a Medium page or any other platform create Web3 content, textual content to educate project managers outside the DAO for external use. So that's actually a good one. So GCal, I think you are done categorizing them.
Yeah, so what I did just to try and work together here is I was listening and reading for the themes that were coming up in our discussions and in our sticky notes, and it seemed to kind of land around visibility into budget, bounty tasks, accounting role. Firm up governance we talked about more than it was on stickies. Educational material, how to be a PM in Web3, roundtables and thought leadership, onboarding, and then really working across the DAO. I put external services here. I'm not sure if that is the right term, but how do we deploy talent and use the services we provide? So probably a good point to pause and check in with the group and say, how does this sound? Did I miss anything, or did we miss anything? Is there something you want to add to this? As we want to think about our next step, really going into prioritizing and synthesizing into some actions. And we have about 15 minutes left.
Yes, we have 15 minutes. So
I mean, I think it looks like it got most things.
All right. Oluwashimi Bomo, then I think you can move us on to start to synthesize this into some actions. I'm not familiar with the voting dots links. Is that something that we want to use, or I'm not sure what step that comes in terms of how we pick
So
our
basically,
actions here.
like everyone grabs a certain color and they vote on the themes that they want to like actually make some progress on.
Okay. Do we limit it? Does everyone get like 3 dots, or you
You
get
can
1?
do like 3 dots maybe. You're allowed to use the 3 dots on one category if you want.
Excellent.
I see some movement of the board, but yeah.
Thanks, Link.
That's me. Sorry. I think I've messed everything up that I've said.
So does everyone feel good about that next step? Go ahead and pick a color of dots. You get 3 dots to vote. Put it on the theme you're most interested in, and you can put more than one of your dots on the same theme. We should give it, let's just give it about another minute. So that leaves us about 10 for us to synthesize and wrap up.
I think we have a minute more for this session. And then we'll go to the synthesize action items step.
Yeah, so Oluwashimi Omai, what we want to do now is put in the whatever the 3 that got the most votes. Let's put that where you see untitled, and then we can talk about some actions around that. I think we're probably going to fall a little bit short on time to get deep into this, but from looking at the themes, I'm seeing our top 3. I think, anyways. The board moved around. I'm happy to handle typing in there if you'd like. I'm not sure if you're on mute. So I'm going to put I see educational materials. Roundtables and thought leadership.
And then external services.
And then I'm not sure if there is a clear third place here.
Service.
So it looks like we've got educational materials, our roundtables and thought leadership, and then providing services to the DAO or even potentially external to that, which is great. So what we want to do here is think about some action items we might want to take around those 3 themes. Anything that came up in the stickies, anything that comes to mind. These may be things that end up going onto our Kanban board. There likely will be more things that we talk about through the season. But what are some action items that the guild is thinking about? What comes to mind for these different themes here? And you can go into, you see some tabs there where it says type something, and you could go ahead and type in something that you think we should take as an action around the guild. It's probably about time to bring us to a close. We've got about 5 minutes left and want to respect everyone's time for sure.
So I think we have enough feedback from the team now, and is there any other thing missing that someone wants to put in before we go ahead to close the call? Okay, if there's no other input from anyone else, then I think we can go ahead. Sorry, can people speak now? I think we should give opportunity for people to speak on this aspect. 1 or 2 persons say something on this aspect, on action items. 1 or 2 persons say something on section of the retrospective.
Yeah, and what we can do too is we can build these out. We have a section of our Kanban board for retrospectives, so we can start to build some of these out. If they're tasks that we want to take on or things we want to build, we can prioritize that work. So if there's no discussion now, I know, like I said, I know we're running short on time. This is a really nice list, and I think it gives us a head start going into season 6.
Thank you very much. Closed session, and the closed session now. Just like I said in the beginning, while we were during the introduction, a retrospective is a moment just to reflect, get everyone's perspective on what we have done so far in the guild. It's a time to improve on what should have been done better. However, it's not necessarily going to mean every of the ideas that were put forward will be executed next season. But it is a time to make sure that the guild is alive and see the recommended course of action, which will be taken into action item into this season. Feedback Google Form here. I can every one of us access it, or do you want me to copy it? Let me see if I can.
Honestly, we should probably replace that form with one in our central tally instead, because
Okay.
that one belongs to Swole Chase, and if you put stuff in there, we may never be able to read it. So, just something to know.
Okay.
I'll send
Probably
out
we should-
later tonight. I'll send out a feedback form connected to Tally. That's a great point, Lynx. I wasn't sure where that one went.
Okay. So the new form will be sent to the team to the guild after this meeting. I want to thank every one of us for showing up today. And this is the last guild meeting for the season. So I'm using this moment to also wish us happy gap week and strong season 6 for PM Guild.
Yes, and the elections are live for the PM governance in the official season 6 roll voting thread. So I did tag all the PM Guild active members. So take a second and vote. It's our governance, so it's good to have an opinion.
And thank you, Lynx. And Oluwashimi Bomai, thank you for today. You put yourself out there. This is exactly the kind of behavior we want to see modeled. You're learning, you're trying. You did a wonderful, wonderful job today, and you ran your first retro. That was awesome. And I hope that you enjoyed the experience. You feel like you learned something, and I think this is what the PM Guild is all about. You get to come here, you get to try this, you can learn, and I think this was such a great example of that. So thank you for putting yourself out there and being willing to try.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, so I absolutely agree with GCal, and thank you guys so much. Thank you so much for doing this. And I also just want to point out that I think it was really, I hope Renee is feeling better. But the last couple of weeks, I feel like he's taken a step back to let everyone kind of show what they've learned and put their spin on the process. And I do think that was really great as a leader for him to do that, to enable us to grow a little bit more.
Absolutely.
All right. Have a great weekend, all. Thank you.
Thanks.
See
You
you
guys too.
later.
Thanks.